agrees, but I was working tonight, and flip-flops really weren't conducive to getting the job done or hiding the things necessary to get said job done. You know I can totally just kick your ass and take the coffee, right? Val stuck out her lower lip. That's not nice, Ivy. I grinned at her. It's true, though. I could ninja kick your ass all up and down Canal Street. Maybe, but you would never do such a thing because I'm your bestest friendest in the worldest, she said with another wide smile, and she was right. Okay, what I want isn't a big deal. She moved the straw jutting out of the iced tea close to her mouth, and I groaned. Not at all. What do you want? My second groan was lost in the hum of foot traffic passing the cafe and the sound of sirens most likely heading toward the quarter. Val shrugged one shoulder. I have a date Saturday night. A hot date. Well, hopefully a hot date, but Daniel has me on the schedule to work the quarter, so let me guess. I reached behind me, draping my arms over the back of the chair. Not the most comfortable position, but it helped me air out. You want me to take your shift in the quarter on a Saturday night in September, smack dab in tourist hell? Her head bobbed an enthusiastic yes. Please, pretty please. She shook the iced coffee, and the chunks of ice rattled in the plastic container enticingly. Please. My gaze moved from her hopeful face to the iced coffee and stayed there. Sure, why not? Not like I have a hot date. Yay. She shoved the coffee forward, and I snatched it out of the air a half-second before she dropped it. A heartbeat later, I was slurping away happily, totally transported to a chilly, caffeinated heaven. You know, she began, placing her elbows on the table, you could have a hot date if, like, you went out on a date once every year or so. I ignored that comment and continued drinking at brain-freeze speed. You're really pretty, even with all that hair. She made a circle with her hand in the general vicinity of my head, as if I didn't know I looked like a Q-tip with my hair piled atop it. And you have really great boobs and a total tap-that-ass kind of ass. I'd totally do you. I continued to ignore her as a dull ache started behind my eyes. I so needed to slow down on the coffee, but it was so damn good. Do you even like boys, Ivy? You know, I swing both ways. I'm more than willing to help a girl out. I rolled my eyes, then immediately winced. Lowering the iced coffee, I pressed my palm to my forehead. Ow! Val snorted. I like boys, I grumbled as the ice pick sensation faded. And can we not talk about boys or swinging both ways or helping me out? Because this conversation is going to lead to the lack of orgasms in my life and how I need to get naked with some random dude, and I'm not really in the mood to talk about that. What do you want to talk about then? Taking a slower sip of the coffee, I eyed her. How come you're not sweating? Val tipped her chin back and laughed so loudly an older couple strolling by with matching fanny packs stared at her. Babe, I'm born and raised in Louisiana. My family can be traced back to the original French settlers. Blah, blah. Does that somehow mean you have some kind of magical ability that makes you absolutely resistant to the heat while I'm drowning in my own funk? Can take the girl out of the north, but can't take the north out of the girl. I snorted at that. It was true. Having moved to New Orleans only 3 years ago from Northern Virginia, I still hadn't adapted to the weather. Do you know what I'd do for a polar vortex right about now? Not have sex, that's for sure. I flipped her off. Truthfully, I didn't even know why I didn't miss a single day when it came to taking my birth control pills. I guessed it was a habit from when it actually mattered. She giggled as she leaned against the table, her dark brown eyes surveying my philosophy book. I just do not get why you're going to college. Why not? The look on her face suggested the heat had fried a few of my brain cells.